What's up? Jay Remy here, host of No Outlet Live. Are you considering or curious about how you could start your own podcast? Join Anchor. Anchor has everything you need to make a podcast for free. Monetize your podcast, one-click distribution, record from anywhere on the app, and they have unlimited free hosting. Download Anchor on the App Store or Google Play. Anchor, podcasting made easy.
All of our loved ones always die in December. I miss the night times that I can't remember. Venom-filled veins and stone-cold sedation. Drugs are amazing and I fucking hate it. Kick the dirt off from your heels, darling. There's hell inside of these eyes. Let's lose ourselves around the cold rings of Saturn tonight. Fade away deep down into the depths. I wanna be swept out to sea. Life can seem like an ill-conceived illusion. There's no solution for some sicknesses. My soul turns to stone and I sink into the abyss. Chasing pipe dreams has its drawbacks. And without you, the world would be a much worse place. And without you, this world would be a much worse place. And without you, this world would be a much worse place. Without you, this world would be a much worse place. Without you.
The hottest DJ.
Buddy Addison's here to make sweet, sweet love to your ears whenever the fuck I feel like it. Tune in to CBW and maybe if you're lucky, I'll be on.
Or just invite me over for a good time.
Are you looking for a place to have custom t-shirts made for your business? Well, we have the place for you. Flathouse Press works with 100% eco-friendly material for all of you conscious folks. They can also put out orders in a fraction of the time large-scale competitors can. They are a fun, locally grown Cleveland original company. Go to flathousepress.com and check out the variety of party toys, headbands, and clothing in their catalog.
I crave the applause, but hate painting my face. Do I make you laugh? Have I made you cry? Does it even matter what I do or if I try? What's the fucking point? Is there even one? Don't mean to bring the party down when we're having fun. Are blurs, all designed the same. Did I lose my goddamn mind, or is it just my brain? It hurts to know no one needs you now. The curtains close and take a final bow. I don't wanna be here. We'll warn you right now. Things may get a little fucked up and crazy.
What's even worse is I had a kid come in, and I was shitting in the urinal, and he came in, and he's like, what the fuck are you doing?
But if that's something you're into, then Mikes and Men is the show for you. The boys are gonna cover it all without holding back. You're gonna laugh, you're gonna cry, and you could learn a thing or two. It's Mikes and Men, only on CBW.
Guardian Roadside Solutions is ready to help with your roadside emergencies serving the greater Cleveland area. They have the knowledge and experience to get you back on the move quickly with staff available 24/7 to help with flat tires, tire damage, changes, fuel delivery, vehicle lockouts, dead battery, or new battery installs. If you find yourself or someone you know in this situation, call a Guardian at 440-833-6000.
No Outlet Live.
Hey, I'm Jay Remy, host of No Outlet Live. If you're in a podcast that explore any and everything, check us out. We stream anywhere you listen or watch podcasts, or just type No Outlet Live, one word, in your Google search bar to find the show. Live Saturdays at 7 p.m. Eastern Time on Facebook. No Outlet Live, your road to boredom ends here. Do you like Tessa? Do you think this will be a date that can last?
Well, she's not very articulate.
You turned your back, left me helpless and stranded. You turned your back, retracted the hand that you reached out with. This ain't the same world we once grew up in. And I ain't the same person that I once was anymore. Somebody please help me, save me from myself. Tell me eventually everything will be alright. Somebody please help me, save me from myself, and tell me eventually that everything will be alright. I never listen when my heart tells me to run, trapped between the cracks and seams hidden from the sun. I'm going blind. The cost of courage fucking hurts. Sometimes just existing's too hard. The drugs don't work as well anymore. A chain to mud stuck in the backyard. I feel vengeance under my flesh. Free me from this rain. Who can really be counted on to spare us from more pain? So somebody please help me, save me from myself, and tell me eventually that everything will be alright. Somebody please help me, save me from myself, and tell me eventually that everything will be alright.
Chapter systems are offline.
Number one. Ladies and gentlemen, here it is.
No Outlet Live with your favorite host on the North Coast
Jay Remy.
and the ant on a rant, Anthony Miano.
Andrew isn't gonna have to punch you because I will.
No outlet, but I need to charge my phone.
No Outlet Live.
Welcome back. It is a whole new episode of No Outlet Live, brought to you by Flathouse Press, Guardian Roadside Solutions. And you can find the audio versions of the show newly on Amazon Music and Audible, Spotify. You can watch the actual video podcast now, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Anchor, the iHeartRadio Yap, and yada yada.
Yeah, you're probably thinking of that time earlier this week when Danielle told you to shut your yap. Yeah, you did a little Freudian slip right there.
a little bit. The show is live on Twitch TV, so go to No Outlet Live on Twitch to see the live show right now. After the show's over, you can watch it on YouTube. All of our episodes are there. I got a special one planned out for us today. I actually did good research on my videos, some that we're gonna talk about a whole lot.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think I may have found some that'll disturb you.
Wow, your taste in material is the kind of stuff that keeps psychiatrists in business.
It very well may be. When I seen this, I winced when I watched one of these videos that I planned out for today's show, because usually I watch these things and they don't affect me too much. This one I winced because you feel it when you see what I'm about to show you in a little while here.
Wow, if it makes you wince, then I'm worried.
Yeah, and I've watched a lot of brutal videos. This one there's just so much that I had to say about it. Besides that, how has your week been? The Ants on a Rant is in studio on 4/2/22.
Yeah, well, I had my one shift a week at the radio station Worcester today.
How was that going?
It's going pretty good. Got warned about quoting directly from local news stories today. Boss just said it sounds weird.
Yeah, you don't want to sound like you're reading...
Oh, no, it's not that I sounded like I was reading from a script. It's just that I was quoting... Like, in the news stories I reported on, people made official statements. And I quoted those statements verbatim. But, I just read them with my usual presentation. Yeah.
You did it live on the air?
Oh, no, I pre-record all of it.
Okay, so did they go over and say to make changes, and then when you made the changes, they approved it or something?
No. Generally, I don't find out any changes they want to make until after it's over.
After it airs?
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. It sounds like they're setting you up for failure or something.
No, it's nothing like that. It's just, hey, the boss was like, yeah, just like take what they said and paraphrase it. It's no big deal. I mean, didn't have any disturbing things to report on this week. Last week, I think I covered something about...
We're going to report on something very disturbing later.
Okay, well, for frame of reference, the disturbing thing I talked about last week was the band director at Norwayne High School down in Wayne County was placed on administrative leave due to being accused of inappropriate behavior with a female student. Which,
ooh, what did he do?
Well, they didn't go into specifics, and honestly, I don't think I need to. And to me, that sounds...
you need the details, because what if he said something that could be taken out of context?
Yeah, I doubt that was it. Let's just say...
Was it like... But that's a good point there. Was it verbal or was it physical?
I have a feeling it was physical, because if it was verbal, they'd have been able to keep it quiet, if that makes any sense. Like, I get the feeling, though, that he's guilty as fuck. They just can't come out and say it yet.
But I'm very curious now. You said this was, who?
The band director at Norwayne High School.
Director Norwayne?
Yes, N-O-R, and then the rest of it is the word Wayne, like Bruce Wayne.
High school?
Yeah.
He resigned Thursday? This is it. Let's see what's going on here at this band director. Hold on one second. I'll share my screen so the fans... Our wonderful fans, they can see it. And if you're listening on any of our outlets, this show is no outlet, but we have plenty of outlets actually. And if you're listening, we'll just break it down for you as it goes.
And plus, in these cases of teachers being accused of inappropriate behavior with students, how often do you hear it turning out that they were accused but innocent or it was made up? I mean, this is the kind of thing that...
Oh, usually it's always like the case is never flipped. Every time that a teacher gets in trouble and put on the news and stuff, they're always guilty. Every time. There's never been a time where somebody was like, no, that actually wasn't inappropriate behavior.
Yeah, I saw something like that once on... The closest thing I've ever seen to that was on TV, where... I'm not going to go into full detail. It was the sitcom called The Fosters. A high school principal was accused of inappropriate behavior with a student. Long story short, the student initiated it.
All right, so this article says Norway local schools announced Friday that the district's middle and high school band director resigned as police are investigating reported he had inappropriate interactions with a female high school student. Okay, so within 5 minutes of hearing this troubling news, Mr. Radica was notified he was being placed on administrative leave effective immediately. As the alleged victim is a minor, their identity is not being released, and the full extent of the alleged interactions are not yet known. That's some BS, if you ask me. I want to hear what actually happened.
Well, it's possible they really don't know at this point. So what do you want them to do? Make shit up? They'll be like, the exact inappropriate behavior is unknown.
I don't want them to make nothing up, but I really the public needs to know the actual details so that everyone can weigh in on whether it was inappropriate or not. Because they're saying inappropriate interactions. That doesn't mean physical. He wasn't putting his hands on some little girl. He probably said something that could have been taken out of context. Because I think today in these schools, you got all of these woke kids that are, they don't understand what truly is inappropriate. Because these days, everything's just inappropriate. Everything's inappropriate.
I mean, on the other hand, well, for one, Norwayne is down in Wayne County. It's a very rural, very conservative area, and I gotta say, my late stepdad was a college professor for most of his life after he left the Army, and he never even locked his office door when he never even closed his office door when he had a female student in there. And bear in mind, his students were legally adults, so...
If they're legal adults, it's all game. It's play ball, my man. I don't care if you're a university professor and you're getting some tail.
The point was he did that to avoid being accused of anything. And also, bear in mind, my mom's office was literally right down the hall.
Isn't that what like the mega nerds do though? Mega nerds become professors, and then once they become grown men, then they can get all the tail they want, man. I think more power to like the professors that do that. High school is very wrong. You can't do that because that's statutory rape or whatever, all that stuff.
Oh yeah. It even says in Ohio law it's still considered statutory rape if the high school student in question is 18. That's how seriously they take it. And
it is. If you got a 40-year-old banging an 18-year-old that's not from the strip club, that's all bad.
Yeah, and guess what the weirdest part of that statute it was for me when I first read it.
Go ahead and tell me, Big Daddy.
It is defined as statutory rape if the adult in question is one of the following: teacher, coach, guidance counselor, none of which surprised me, but then the fact that the next 3 words were in there blew my mind. Girl Scout leader.
Oh, yeah, that's all bad. You can't be a Girl Scout leader and trying to pick something up. That's a bad time.
Yeah, that's just... It's like that South Park with the pedophile scoutmaster, only... remember... Authorities have announced they have captured the dangerous pedophile known as Mr. Slippy Fist.
Oh, that's a great name.
Yeah, he was found with several graphic photos of young boys, which we will show you now. Here's one. Oh my God! And here's another one, that sick bastard.
You wanna. I got a bunch of videos for us to watch. You want to just jump right into it? I don't have a segment
Against my better judgment, yes. Let's jump into it.
I'll save the bad one for like the middle or so. I got a bunch of fun videos, some that are handpicked for you.
I'm guessing they involve people debasing themselves for internet fame, or stupidity that they didn't think was being filmed but was being filmed.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of all of that fun stuff. Let me
I'm remembering that one back alley behind the club video where the dude shit himself. That was disturbing. The audience waits with breathless anticipation.
Yeah.
No, wondering what depravity J. Remy has dug up from the depths of the internet.
Let me look for where we left off last week, because we left off with the sledgehammer guy.
Yeah, we saw that.
Let me go ahead and share the screen for the fans. We have, you. This is, I don't know if we played this actually on the show, but this is you.
Yes, it is. Just to prove I'm not lying, I'm going to be videotaping myself pushing this 405-pound weight sled. Got 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Look at you.
45-pound weights on here.
With your army pants on.
Yes, I'm wearing them now.
Oh, shit, you are?
Literally. I don't have the cavalry shirt on, though.
Now, have you ever tried to move that way faster than what you're moving it? Like, really going crazy with it? That is impressive. Don't get me wrong.
I only do that particular exercise like once a week.
Like, you should really go nuts, even be screaming, "Rah!" Like with your "show me your war face."
Well, thank you for channeling Gunny Hartman.
Like you look like you're pushing a pallet or something. You look like you're at work, just like pushing.
Yeah, I'm trying to forget all those warehouse jobs. Thank you very much. I went to Ohio Media School to ensure I don't have to work in warehouses again.
Okay, so that was you pushing some weights. That was fun. Let me get into something we could really have a good talking about.
Like it warmed up.
So we got someone passed out.
Do you know what that was?
I'm guessing it smelled like something horrible.
It's a smelling salt.
Oh, I've heard of. Oh, yeah, I've had those before.
So, when I was doing Mics and Men with CBW Productions, Sean B, he was just recently on the show for the blind taste test. We he brought in like a huge box of these things, and I think like 6 of them before we finished the show, and it literally had me like, I was like high off of it.
Were you pulling your t-shirt over your head and going, "I am Cornholio"?
I was very close to that point. It actually like made my heart race. I guess it's just like it's just sulfur.
Yeah, I have no idea what's in there myself. The only time I've ever seen those in person was at reception at Fort Knox. That's where they send you for in-processing before basic training, and one of the NCOs there was like doing that on recruits that were starting to fall asleep.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely does wake you up. It's weird how your nose will pick up the smell of this sulfur, and it just like it does something to your brain. It's really crazy.
Yeah, I'm surprised, given how I've heard people refer to coffee as a magical liquid, and I think I've heard it unironically referred to as a substitute for sleep, in which case I'm thinking, here's a pistol with 1 round in it. You may as well use it. It's what you're doing to yourself anyway. Given that context, I'm surprised smelling salts aren't more popular, like that you don't see them in the checkout aisle at the supermarket next to the gum. You know what I mean? Like, if they're that effect, I get the feeling though they might be harmful, and after...
I think what I did was harmful. I could feel my brain cells dying, after I did my 6th one.
And you weren't thoroughly desensitized to that sensation by then?
No, sulfur is bad. That's like that, you know that smell of like rotten eggs that comes from like that gas that smells like that? I think that's what it is. Let me actually
So
look.
basically there's nothing chemical about it. It's just the most unpleasant smell your brain can register, only concentrated, and that's why it does.
Hold on. It's ammonia is what it is. Okay. So it's like hard ammonia when you break this thing, when you crack it. The smell of ammonia is so strong. I mean, it really like, it makes your nose tingle all the way through the passageway.
Okay, so it's basically like, isn't ammonia one of the ingredients in meth?
Oh, I wouldn't doubt it. They use ammonia to make cocaine too.
Okay, yeah,
It's one of the things they use. They also use diesel. They use diesel fuel and all kinds of shit to make cocaine.
Oh yeah, I saw this one interview with a former cocaine trafficker. He got experienced enough at it that he was like, yeah, all I gotta do is take a quick whiff of it, and based on the chemicals that I smell, I can tell you which country the stuff was made in.
Here's a video I picked for you. This is a super talented dog. I was going crazy when I saw this. I couldn't believe it. Oh my God, that's loud.
Oh, who's a good boy?
Listen, it's actually hitting the right note though.
He's on key.
Look at her. She said he's on key.
Was that Beyonce?
No. That was oh shit, what's her name? It starts with a T. That's like an old school celebrity now. She's definitely getting old.
I can't think of any.
Shit.
I can't think of any female celebrities whose names start with T.
Oh, she had like her own talk show and everything.
Tyra Banks.
Tyra Banks. That is Tyra Banks.
Oh yeah. As for why is this dog singing better than me? Whoever physically typed those words in, I'm guessing because you suck at it. Oh, one of the Spice Girls.
Listen to that. It really did like sing. That dog loves that song.
I just want to pet him.
Yeah, that's an adorable video, ain't it?
Oh yeah.
My dog, he does that, but it's just annoying because it's not to music. He just does that to annoy you.
He doesn't annoy. He's just he's a good boy. Okay, so next we've got looks like a basketball game.
No, a wrestling match. Hold on, these videos are super loud. Hold on, let me enlarge this. Now this is like, these look like 6-year-olds, maybe 7 or something, right?
Yeah.
Like 2nd graders, 3rd graders.
Yeah, it's
maybe a little younger, 1st grade.
Yeah, I'd say 1st grade at an absolute minimum.
Now this kid has a RUS on his back. I don't know if that means Russia. These are like international wrestling tournament or something.
There's just one thing though. If it was Russian, I doubt he'd be wearing blue.
Why is that? Somebody's got to be red, somebody's got to be blue, I think, in this situation.
Okay, okay, so it might be mandated by the competition, but
just check this out. Check out how vicious these children are. Look at that. Gator roll. Look, he's got him locked in. Boom! Look at this, kid's about to cry. He's like,
Okay, if those boys been watching too much WWE wrestling.
Dude, this little kid in the blue is a beast. He suplexed the other kid.
That's exactly my point.
By his neck. Look at that gator roll, too.
I just can't think.
That gator roll was executed perfect.
I never actually saw a gator roll. Oh, wait, is there another name for the gator roll?
No.
Among wrestling moves? Because maybe I knew it. I used to love
I'm
wrestling.
talking that. That's an actual wrestling move, gator roll. Not like pro wrestling, which I'm not trying to take credit from them people. They are like super fit and they are athletic, but actual wrestling, like Kurt Angle won his gold medals with like a broken neck. That dude's a beast.
Oh, yeah.
And he went into pro wrestling, but he knows real wrestling. He was an Olympian.
Oh, yeah. You know, you ever heard of a wrestler, Scotty Too Hottie?
Yeah.
Yeah. He had that same injury, and so did Lita and Rhino and
What,
Chris...
a neck injury?
Yeah, like the same like the same specific neck injury. Him, Lita, Rhino, Chris Benoit, Kurt Angle, and he said he wanted to start a stable. And guess what he wanted to call it?
The neck stable?
No, Degenerated Necks.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, this kid though, man, I can't get enough of this. This kid is such a beast. Oh.
I'm wondering how big he's gonna get as an adult.
Oh, if he sticks to wrestling, he's gonna be a giant.
No, I mean, well, yeah, but based on his genes, there's only so big he can physically get, like height. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but when you're a wrestler and you look at every Olympic wrestler, them guys are just built different. They are so strong and it's so visible, and it never really leaves them. Like, I was just watching a radio show the other day, and they showed Arnold Schwartz, shirtless at his age now, and like he doesn't look like he did, but he's still like strong. I guarantee you, any Olympic wrestler is just still super ripped. And they don't lose it.
And do they resort to steroids at any point?
I think everybody at some point in their life, all of these bodybuilder guys, they all do something at some point. And when you're in the professional level, that's just a part of the game. Find the ones that are legal.
Yeah, and
the ones that are doing their best to stay on the right side of things. I think they look for the legal ones.
Yeah, I just think that the culture needs to be changed so that nobody is on steroids, legal or not.
Look, I got another animal that sings music. Hold on.
That cat's like, what the fuck are you looking at? Although that's what cats always look like.
No, check this out. This cat sings the blues, brother.
Although that could be cat speak for knock that shit off. We don't know. Their language hasn't been translated. Feed me now, human.
He was singing for real.
You see that? He did like a little yawn, like.
Dude, that is so cool.
That's the thing about cats. They want to kill you at all times. They just can't.
This one was specially picked just for me. This one was for me. So hold on. Shit. I hate this.
That's your lifestyle, having a girl. Get my wife's name out of your mouth. I don't even have your wife's ass in my mouth. That's your lifestyle, having a girl or a guy on the side. That Jada has open relationship and you have an open relationship. I don't have no crazy open relationship like you. So there's nothing about your wife in my mouth. And yes, she does have a hair that looks like G.I. Jane, the 90s movie that Demi Moore played in. And you're offended by that? Your wife looks like that? You shouldn't be ashamed. And yes, everyone now knows about alopecia. And I'm sorry your wife has alopecia. But I don't have your wife in my mouth. Hey, don't hit me. Stop hitting me. Stop hitting me. Stop hitting me. Hey, Will, stop hitting me. Hey man, West Philadelphia, born and raised.
Wait, so is that guy on the screen right now, is that him speaking?
Hold on, you just missed it. He really started busting into some freestyles.
With my family in Bel Air, and king of my castle, I'm finally there. I'm a stupid Bel Air.
Hold on.
Get my wife's name out of your mouth. I don't even have your wife's ass in my mouth. That's your lifestyle, having a girl or a guy on the side. That Jada has open relationship and you have an open relationship. I don't have no crazy open relationship like you. So there's nothing about your wife in my mouth. And yes, she does have a hair that looks like G.I. Jane, the 90s movie that Demi Moore played in. And you're offended by that? Your wife looks like that? You shouldn't be ashamed. And yes, everyone now knows about alopecia. And I'm sorry your wife has alopecia. But I don't have your wife in my mouth. Hey, don't hit me. Stop hitting me. Stop hitting me. Stop hitting me. Hey, Will, stop hitting me. Hey, man, West Philadelphia, born and raised.
Hey.
I was in club and most of my days. Got one little fight with Chris Rock, and then they got scared and sent me down with my family in Bel Air. And king of my castle, I'm finally there. I'm a stupid Bel Air.
All right. Now, what were you saying?
I hope that guy was drunk.
No, I think he might be a little special.
That was my next guess. Yeah, and now was the same guy on the screen the same guy speaking? Because
yes, that is definitely that guy. I think he made this video himself. You could do fun things like this on TikTok, where you could put a little background. And you're
no, well, I asked because the words didn't seem to sync up with his mouth. You know what I mean?
Oh no, I think my computer was having a problem for a second.
Okay, that is also possible. Okay.
Yeah, but
as
it brought me to a good thing. Like we're a little late to the punch because this happened right after our show last week. But what do you think about the whole Will Smith, Chris Rock bonanza?
Okay, like I've been saying about the Kanye,
because that's what that wonderful video was about, was Chris Rock and Will Smith and Jada Pinkett.
Okay, well, first of all, Kim Kardashian owes Will Smith one for taking the heat off her latest gaffe, which was that whole my advice for women in business is get off your ass and work. It seems nobody wants to work these days. Well, everyone,
I saw that too.
I'm not gonna. I don't even want to think about that.
But we're talking about Will Smith and Chris Rock.
That's exactly my point. Because of that, nobody's talking about Kim's latest fuck up, and hence why I think she owes Will Smith one. And also, like Kim Kardashian and Kanye West, I'm thinking I have a strong suspicion it was a pre-planned publicity stunt.
That is a big thing going on right now. Everybody thinks that's like more people are thinking about that in the conspiracy realm than they are thinking about it being a legit moment in time or of TV history.
Or it might have just been the people that run things at the Oscars are like, okay, everybody, I know you're all normally on your best behavior at this ceremony, but if anybody wants to do something stupid that'll generate extra buzz, go ahead.
Well, that could be why that happened. It could have been pre-planned because the Oscars didn't get much viewership last year or the year before.
Also, yeah, they haven't gotten a lot of viewership in the last several years.
It's a dying thing that's not popular no more. Nobody wants to watch that no more.
And yeah, I think it's getting to be like, correct me if I'm wrong, didn't the NFL stop physically playing its Pro Bowl recently?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, I'd heard they were, and it totally made sense to me because, for one, with it being...
One thing they're talking about is getting rid of preseason and just adding more games into the regular season.
And that would surprise me because it was a total surprise to me when they added a week 17th game last season, because with the NFL's injury rate, I thought the players' union would scream bloody murder.
I agree with the idea of getting rid of the preseason. I think there should be one preseason game for each team, maybe there will be one every year, that one team that doesn't play the preseason and just goes into the regular season after that first game. I think that's a great move.
Maybe, yeah, because with preseason games, that they're all basically half-assing it anyway, aren't
Yeah,
they?
they're wasting their time. It's a warm-up, but you get 3 games of preseason, isn't it?
Maybe 4, but okay, is there a practical benefit to anyone of having even 1?
I think to let a lot of the teams get like warmed up to playing against
Another team.
different people than who's on your team, because you got everybody you could practice with is on one team.
Exactly.
So you get used to playing with these guys. I think it's a good warm up to getting used to being against people with different skill sets.
Yeah, okay, so I could see them definitely condensing it down to 1.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Like this one Sunday, or have it set for like 2 different Sundays. Every team gets one opponent. They do a preseason warm up, pretty much, is what it'll be. And then you jump right into regular season and start fighting for the playoffs. I think that would be sweet.
Yeah, and I'm wondering, I think we all know the answer to this, but I'm going to raise it just for debate purposes. Do you think the XFL is going to ever be competitive with them?
I don't know. It always seems like the XFL starts getting more attraction, and then it disappears. I mean, it's done that like 2 or 3 times.
Twice. They had a whole season and their playoffs back in 2001. Then they went away. Then they were supposed to come back in 2020. That was just unfortunate timing, and I believe now The Rock bought it.
The Rock bought the XFL?
Yes, if I understand correctly. Maybe I'm remembering wrong, but...
Did we talk about this on the show? I saw in, I think like 2 UFC pay-per-views ago, he's endorsing sportswear with, it's got his tattoo of the bull.
Oh, yeah.
That's the logo, and there's Rockwear.
The Project Under Armour's Project Rock.
Yup, that's exactly it. And it looks like really comfortable, like running shoes and athletic shoes that they got.
Well, I haven't bought any. I love Under Armour, but I'm like,
Do you love The Rock?
Not particularly.
You don't like The Rock?
I don't dislike him. I just dislike how this country makes it incredibly easy for people that already have lots of money to make even more of it. I
mean, why not? He was very successful at he wasn't supposed to be nothing. He made himself something.
I know, but it's so hard for people that have nothing to get anything that I don't like seeing it.
You know he was one of them people, right?
Yeah, but he hasn't been in a long time.
But he did that. I think he started off, he says, he was at his bottom.
I know.
With like $4 in his pocket. And now he's like one of the biggest movie stars off of wrestling.
I know. I don't begrudge him that. I just want to see things made easier for people with nothing to get ahead. That's what I want.
I think most of them celebrities are that. Most of them. Like the Kardashians, no. They're living off of other people's celebrity status or whatnot.
And then there's lists out there of celebrities that were born rich, like Ed Sheeran's one of them. Actress Kate Mara, one side of her family owns the New York Giants. The other owns the Pittsburgh Steelers, and it's actually written into her film contracts that if either of those teams makes the Super Bowl, she gets time off from filming.
Oh, what?
I shit you not. Because mom's side owns the Steelers, dad's side owns the Giants, and she gets to take time off from filming whatever movie she's doing if either of those 2 teams makes the Super Bowl.
I mean, that's kind of a privilege of having pretty badass parents, but that's like beside the fact. I think most celebrities come from nothing.
I know, and it's kind of like the same problem I had with my grandparents, where, yeah, they didn't have much. They were, both born in the 30s, so, there was that struggle. But then, as long as I knew them, they had been retirees. So I'd be like, Grandma, Grandpa, I get it. You worked hard, but you have no idea what the real world is like now.
Yeah, time changes reality a whole lot. Another popular thing out in the news is Bruce Willis. What do you think about that?
Well, I have a feeling that, no disrespect to people with aphasia, it's my understanding that it impairs brain function, and this is just on the limited information I've heard. Maybe that's the explanation for his last several years of movies.
You know, I've never seen any of his last movies. I've watched the large movies that he's done where he's like the main character, or the caricature. He's the main caricature.
Well,
and
oh my God, not that one again. You ran that joke into the ground last time. No, he actually has been the star of all of his movies the last several years. There's just one big difference. They've all been like direct to video, and he's on set for like one day.
That's what I've been hearing. I've never seen any of them movies.
Neither have I. I just know about them, and like
I heard he was getting $1 million a pop off of them bad boys.
Yeah, it's something like that where it's like still not near the amount he was commanding at his height, but still.
But he knocked out a bunch with one day of shooting.
And he gets like a ridiculous amount for one day.
Yeah, he shows up for one day, gets $1 million, and you do it through 10 movies within the year. You just made 10 mil real quick.
And yeah, it's my understanding Nicolas Cage, well, did kind of the same thing. He starred in like a long stretch of, shall we say, low-quality movies, but they had something close to a normal...
Yeah, he was doing that. He was also doing overseas films, like French films and stuff.
Yeah, except it was for a very different reason, or at least a specific reason. Tax debt.
Oh, yeah.
So he was saying yes to everything, and it's a widely known thing that... I think it's a rule he made for himself that he only says yes to either the very best or very worst scripts.
I think you would be surprised how many of these celebrities... I was just watching a podcast with Steve-O does called Wild Ride. He's got like a Winnebago or something, like a traveling studio for podcasting. And he had T-Pain. He was talking to T-Pain, and T-Pain went broke because everybody told him that was lifelong money. He's always going to be rich. He was like, for real, I went broke really quick. People started telling me I couldn't buy what I wanted, and I didn't watch my bank account. I think a lot of these celebrities go through that, and that's when you see these guys out doing anything to pick up a quick couple million, because the more you make, the more you're going to spend. More money, more problems.
Well, part of it is they're not necessarily being reckless. It's that their income can fluctuate. So say you have a singer that has a hit album, makes, just to keep the number simple, $10 million this year, right? And then they spend $9 million, and then the IRS says you owe $3 million in taxes, and then the next year they make $2 million.
You know what's crazy is 50 Cent, a couple years ago, he was all over the news because they were like, he went bankrupt. But when he claimed bankruptcy, it helped him get back on his feet. And now he's like working on $1 billion now. He's becoming like a major thing because he worked the system the way you're supposed to work it.
Is he also like a music producer now? Because that's how these artists...
He went strictly TV and movies.
Okay, I'm finding it hard to believe that he's close to $1 billion from doing TV and movies.
He doesn't even make music no more. He stopped performing. The only performance he wanted to do was that Super Bowl show, and he wasn't even supposed to do it. But Eminem took like a couple minutes out of his showcase to give to 50.
And probably threatened to publish some incriminating photos of someone.
Who is that?
I don't know, but I know there's powerful people making decisions behind the scenes of...
I thought you meant like there is seriously something going around.
There could be. I don't know. These celebrities live in a different world than you and I.
Yeah, you could be right. Maybe 50 has some on Eminem.
Oh, no, I meant Eminem has something on... say, some NFL executive.
Well, why would he fork up his own time because he has that?
I don't know. Or maybe it's...
I think it was a mutual respect.
Or maybe 50 had leverage on Eminem and said, hey, Em, I need you to make this happen. I don't care how you do it. So Em was like, okay, I've got leverage on this other guy, so I'm gonna threaten.
Yeah, 50 Cent was like, put me on the show or I'm releasing the video of you jacking off Dr. Dre.
Oh my god. Thank you for that. Thank you for that mental image. But yeah, celebrities, I mean the ones...
They do live in a different world, for sure.
And as for the more you spend, the more you make, the more you're going to spend. Yeah, that can easily happen to that. Most regular people do that as soon. Even non-famous, non-rich people step up their lifestyle as soon as they get a raise. So
yeah, and a lot of these celebrities drop out of being a celebrity altogether and just go and live a normal life somewhere.
Just with
Jim
lots of money.
Carrey just retired because he said he's done enough and he doesn't want to live as a celebrity no more.
Yeah, it's funny. You remember, the guy behind... You've heard of the Rick rolling meme, right?
Yeah, the Rick roll is the best.
Well, the guy who actually sang that song...
He hates that song.
Not entirely. Rick Astley has said that he actually likes I guess you'd say, the situation this got him into, because he does occasionally perform it. But he says, I like it. I can perform it once in a while, and I get to be a big star again for a little while, and then I get to just go right back to my normal life.
Well, one thing I researched a while ago is that musicians, they have a team. They build teams for their media, for all their social medias, and these teams work on memes. That is a huge part of promotions for a lot of these large artists. They actually have teams that make memes that are really funny. So you do something like Drake is really good at this. His team's awesome. He will shoot a music video, and before he releases the music video, the meme's already out and circulating, and then the video drops and people tune in. And it's how he gains fans.
Oh, yeah, I know one of his memes offhand, the one where he's like, and then.
Yeah, he's got all of the best memes from music videos, which force people to get the album streaming or whatever because it's always good. It's always a good meme, a good song, and a good video.
I've only heard a little bit of his work, and it just doesn't appeal. Of course, it doesn't help that the first thing I ever heard from him was a Sprite commercial where he's like, I don't know, I'm just not feeling it. Then he cracks open a Sprite, drinks it, and then all of a sudden he's going, last name
Sprite is good.
Last name ever, first name greatest. And I'm like, okay, it was barely acceptable when Muhammad Ali said that about himself. Why don't you tone it down a bit?
I love Drake. I love listening to his stuff. He's actually, I think he's like an all-around great media guy.
He's also one of the things Canada should apologize for.
No, he's not. Okay,
I mean,
let's
because
jump into some more video.
He looks like a black American, so nobody ever thinks he's Canadian. Okay, but yes, another video.
Let's get some more videos going.
You see that shit?
Oh my God, hold on. So this is one of the videos that really freak me out, and I think I've seen these and have used my card in these, and I've always thought about this.
We on Golden State, yo.
This dude walks into his local gas station. Oh, I'm so sick of this.
You see that shit?
Oh my God, why does it keep doing that?
Look. You see that shit?
He opens the card reader, and there's a card reader on top of the reader. That's how they steal your information. Look at it. It's exactly like it. Just lays on top. Look at this dude. Going, walking away. Look at him. Called him out. And dude got weird about it. Look at this. Walks up. Swoop. This is how they do ATMs also. This was a huge thing that was in Europe, was that people were putting the whole face of an ATM on top of an ATM, and it stole your card information, and they could spend, they could take 1 cent from you per day, but they do it to 1 million people. Yes. And you're bringing in huge money off of stealing fractions of money that you'll never notice.
Like that scam from Office Space. You remember that?
No.
Well, the Peter had this thing, the main character had this thing where it would take, apparently there were like fractions of a cent for every transaction the company did that just got rounded down. So he just diverted that like fraction of a cent to another account, but then he fucked up and the program worked too well and they suddenly had millions of dollars of company money.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. That's a reality, man. Your card information could be getting stolen at the gas station. I mean, look at this is a high-tech piece of equipment here.
I'm thinking this
is not cheap to even buy because it's a black market thing, of course.
Okay, well, I think I'm safe because
we on Golden State.
You are not safe. It steals your number and everything, dude.
I think the only gas station I go to is...
Look, Ajib over there. Ahmed did not like that.
Do we know which country that video was made in?
That was here. He says it at the beginning. Hold on.
Okay, well, we'll take your word for it because of that.
Yeah, be careful, y'all. Look. You see that shit? You see where we at?
I'm going to start checking card readers.
State, yo.
Golden State.
California.
They out here with the shit.
No, I think he was saying streets. Golden State and Shaw or something.
Because I know...
Look.
Let me go back and turn this
Where
off.
we at?
Son
we
of
on
a
Golden
gun.
State, yo.
Why does it do that
Golden
to me?
State and Shaw.
Golden State and Shaw.
Okay, so that's...
He's talking about two crossroads, and he's at this gas station. And he said Golden State and Shaw. He could be in some state. I don't know where.
Okay.
I mean, where the Habibs are all over the hood.
Well, yeah, so this is probably a small, privately owned gas station.
Yeah, it's like the one I have around the corner from me. I'm about to start checking all of the card swipers before I use them from now on. That scares me.
Yeah, I think I will too. Now, the only gas station I go to is Giant Eagle, and I doubt something like that would happen at one of the corporate chains.
You'll never know because people can just show up and stick it on there when the cashier's not looking.
Oh, yeah.
That looked like it was easily it just clips right on top.
Yeah, I gotta say,
Hold on, let's move on from that.
If I were that guy, you know what you know who my
I would have went crazy.
You know who my
I would have ripped that thing off of there and would have beat Habib across the register with
Oh
it.
no, I'd have informed the people who can legally beat him without any consequence. Oh no, not them in this case.
The FBI will torture him.
No. You don't call the FBI when you want someone tortured or beaten.
No, you call Anthony Miano from No Outlet Live.
No.
Let's watch this.
You call ICE.
Oh, whatever. ICE can't do nothing against legal immigrants.
Yeah, but they can hold him for a few days while they verify that he's legal.
Hold on. Watch this. I want to buy one of these. This is the new age of high tech. Oh.
Wow. It feels good to be out of that box. That was such a long journey.
Hi, Leslie.
I'm still a little tired. Hi. It's nice to see your face. Okay, now for a quick motor test. Let's begin. Torso movement.
Oh, shit. Damn it.
Check.
Sorry, you guys.
Base rotation.
Ooh.
Damn it. I just wanted to pause it.
Amazing.
Right arm.
So I wanted to break down something real quick is that I always watch stuff about robots, the new age of robots.
And what's the text read in the gray part of the screen right there? Yes, it worked.
In the gray part of the screen?
But no, don't go back. You finally successfully paused it with the screen enlarged.
Yeah, I know.
So we have what looks like a robot, an android.
The people that make robots have been struggling with getting acceptance from human. People do not like the idea of robots. They don't want them in their house. They're starting to look too real and it's too eerie. This actually has an aesthetic to it that is, it's acceptable. I mean, I would love to have this robot, not one that's really too humanoidy, because then you're like,
I wouldn't mind having the Robo Dog from the Super Bowl commercial.
Watch a little more of this.
Left arm.
Right now it's like updating right out of the box.
Batteries. Check. Speakers. Check. vision systems. Check. Connecting to the GRL. Checking for updates.
It's like human-y and it's not human-y.
All systems A-OK and ready for the day.
It's a cute little robot.
Ready to move on.
Hello.
Moxie. Yeah,
Isn't it?
Moxie.
Yeah, so do we know if this is available for sale yet? Or
It has to be. I think that's what this TikTok is people ordering that. Or who knows? I mean, this could be a startup thing. You know what I mean? When people have startups, they take so many purchases of a product and that's all they could sell for a little bit until they actually sell. They go to like Shark Tank or something, and then you see Moxie on Shark Tank. People invest into it, and then it blows up and becomes a household item.
Yeah, haven't people learned anything from Terminator or Battlestar Galactica?
I think we're more worried about the artificial intelligence. This thing, I don't think is that. This is like having an Alexa with a face.
Yeah, well, the Alexa I have now is sensitive enough that she'll respond when somebody says Alexa on the TV.
Yeah, I mean, them things listen to everything that's going on. A lot of people are against it. Just don't have nothing to hide.
I've considered like leaving porn on repeat when I leave my apartment just to mess with whoever has to listen on the other end. I can just picture there's like reports being submitted at Amazon headquarters that are like unable to determine if customer is total sexual deviant or just leaving porn on repeat.
Hold the neck.
All right, hold on.
Remember that Simpsons where the school got sold to a toy company?
Hold on. You said The Simpsons, where
the school found itself in debt, got bought by a toy company, which then used the kids to conduct market research to think up the new hot Christmas toy.
I haven't seen every single episode of The Simpsons.
Nor
Like you have.
Nor have I. But long story short, they concocted a parody of the Furby called Funzo, which was designed with the student input of they wanted something cute and cuddly with lots of firepower, which the company made. But guess what else Funzo did?
What did Funzo did?
Funzo was programmed to destroy other toys. Yeah, so Homer and Bart and Lisa had to go around town Christmas caroling with Bart and Lisa singing to distract the homeowners while Homer snuck into...
All right. Enough of The Simpsons. So we have a video right here of this. This looks like a tour bus, like what athletes and musicians they travel the country on.
And it looks like it parked too close to a minivan.
It's a gas station. You can see the gas pumps or whatever. But this person's trying to get up out of here. Now check out what happens here. Oh, actually, I should mute that. Now look at this guy. Look at this idiot. Oh, let me stand between my car and the semi. Oh. Ooh.
Oh, shit. I think the car moved with him.
Yes, the car got dragged. It smashed him into the door. The door is broken and bent. It bent the door with his body and the vehicle. Actually, this isn't like a tour bus. This is like some type of new high-tech semi.
Yeah, it looks more like a truck.
It looks like the type of thing that'll carry a band equipment.
Yeah, it looks like a standard
Look at this.
Big rig.
Oh, it doesn't look like a standard big rig. That's some new shit. Oh my God. And it rolled this guy slowly. He like went in a circle.
I just hope this guy doesn't have any kids because we don't want that kind of stupidity reproducing, do we?
Not one bit. He's already got kids. Okay. So now for the finale, this is the thing that actually, hold on here. Hold on. Pause this. And let me go back to my close-up shot. If you do not like watching gory, nasty stuff, things happening that are very harmful, I suggest you look away for the next 3 minutes.
The last time somebody said something like that to me, it was like, hey, Anthony, you're going to see something gross. And I was expecting, like, somebody with his head shot off from a shotgun blast. No, it was just a regular corpse that died overnight.
Oh, wow. In person?
Yes, I briefly worked as an assistant for a funeral home.
Oh, geez. That's why it's so hard to get a reaction out of you.
I got it. Like I've said before, my the least depressing jobs I've ever had all involved either dead bodies or the possibility of creating dead bodies.
Oh, geez. Well, here's the possibility of creating a dead body or a dead body created. I'm not exactly sure.
Is this going to involve necromancy?
This involves stupidity. Hold on, let me turn this back. Of course it does this bullshit again. Oh my God. I hate Facebook. All right, sensitive content.
They might just be trying to pique our interest.
Oh my God, that's in his throat.
Oh.
No! Get him off!
I can't tell if this guy's dead or not. Let's look at this one more time. He's trying to climb this weird gate. Oh.
Did he go through his, like...
Oh my God,
He just impaled his throat. I mean, it looks like it might have skipped past it.
Oh, jeez.
Hold on.
Hopefully it does kill him.
Let me scroll this back a tad. All right, now if you look here, let me get a better frame. Okay. So if you look here.
Oh, wow.
Yes, this is a good frame. He impaled through his throat, but it looks like it bypasses all that and gets to that area under your tongue.
Oh, yeah.
But it's also up higher. Like that thing's in the roof of his mouth right now. Or actually, I don't know. Because look at the one next to it. You can see the size of these
prongs.
These prongs.
The best case scenario is he dies.
I think it looks like these people behind him are trying to help him off, but it doesn't look like he's trying to help himself off. Like he may be dead. I can't tell if he's dead or not. Oh yeah, he's holding on to these things. Oh, and he just moved his hand.
Okay.
So he is...
He's alive.
He is alive. What an idiot.
Wait.
Oh, wait, and it just hangs him by his jaw.
Oh, I thought, wait a minute, he's getting away. Then I realized, wait a minute, you just rewound the beginning.
No! Get him off!
Okay, I'm hurting.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh.
And if anyone there does try to help him, that's good of them, but they're probably just going to make it worse.
Oh, I actually didn't even show our fans here. Let me get back to this for you guys. I didn't realize that you guys weren't seeing this. Hold on. Let me go back so you guys got enough of a disclaimer. You heard us react. Now you got to see it for yourself. Oh my God.
Okay, while you're making sure they get a good look at it, I'm going to take...
No! Get him off!
Well, Anthony's pissing. You guys can look at this guy climbing the fence. He just impales his face. Ugh.
Oh my God, that's in his throat.
That is rough. I mean, that is so rough. I don't know why Anthony just bailed. I could have took a break after this, which I do plan on. I do plan on taking the break. Yeah, this fella's not too smart, man. And not, oh God. And it's so hooked in there that it bends the rod. Ugh. That has to hurt so bad. I couldn't imagine doing that. Or having that happen to me. And that does conclude our little section of videos. We'll be right back. This is No Outlet Live. You can find us everywhere. Just Google No Outlet Live, one word, and you type it into your web browser or your phone, whatever. Just say it to Siri or whatever, and you will find our show everywhere. Newly on Amazon Music and Audible. We'll be right back after this.
Stay tuned. No Outlet Live. We'll be right back.
What's up? Jay Remy here, host of No Outlet Live. Are you considering or curious about how you can start your own podcast? Join Anchor. Anchor has everything you need to make a podcast for free. Monetize your podcast, one-click distribution, record from anywhere on the app, and they have unlimited free hosting. Download Anchor on the App Store or Google Play. Anchor, podcasting made easy.
All of our loved ones always die in December. I miss the night times that I can't remember. Venom-filled veins and stone-cold sedation. Drugs are amazing and I fucking hate it. Kick the dirt off from your heels, darling. There's hell inside of these eyes. Let's lose ourselves around the cold rings of Saturn tonight. Fade away deep down into the depths. I wanna be swept out to sea. Life can seem like an ill-conceived illusion. There's no solution for some sicknesses. My soul turns to stone and I sink into the abyss. Chasing pipe dreams has its drawbacks. And without you, the world would be a much worse place. And without you, this world would be a much worse place. And without you, this world would be a much worse place. Without you, this world would be a much worse place. Without you.
The hottest DJ.
Buddy Addison's here to make sweet, sweet love to your ears whenever the fuck I feel like it. Tune in to CBW and maybe if you're lucky, I'll be on.
Or just invite me over for a good time.
Are you looking for a place to have custom t-shirts made for your business? Well, we have the place for you. Flathouse Press works with 100% eco-friendly material for all of you conscious folks. They can also put out orders in a fraction of the time large-scale competitors can. They are a fun, locally grown Cleveland original company. Go to flathousepress.com and check out the variety of party toys, headbands, and clothing in their catalog.
It ain't delivery. It's the best podcast live on Saturdays.
All right, we had to take a quick break. Now we are back. I will actually currently open the phone lines. If you want to call and you're watching and you have any opinion on whatever we just watched, call 216 647 0064. 216 647 0064. We could put you on. What did you think about the impaling?
Well, hopefully he's dead.
He wasn't. I thought that was debatable until I just watched it.
Or it might be a case of like his injuries weren't immediately fatal, but they will be.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think he survived that one. That's just serious surgery he has to go through.
Yeah, I'm
them
glad
things
I'm
cut
not
a huge
him.
hole in under his face. I mean, it just ripped all kinds of stuff. It was poking under his tongue, I bet.
Yeah, so he's probably not going to be able to speak or eat normally ever again.
Oh, he will. He'll come back. I think that'll be a great comeback story.
Right. Yeah. It's probably better than in that case that the video footage wasn't of the highest quality, because you saw how many times we had to rewind just to get a clear picture.
Yeah, not to mention how stupid my computer is with trying to play videos on Facebook. I need a new way of doing that. So, you want to jump into some news? We got a whole lot of news stories for today.
Coincidentally, we both brought up Will Smith.
Oh, yeah. Is that one of the stories that you had planned?
Yes, but it's, I guarantee you it's not what you're expecting.
All right, let's jump right into it.
No Outlet News with Anthony Miano.
All right, so with your news stories, what do you want to start with?
Well, let's start with the, let's see, what do the links read? I can't read them from here.
We got a UFO expert.
Yeah, let's go with that one. Let's start with
All
that
right.
one.
So let me share our screen so that everyone can see where we're reading these stories from. We got mirror.co.uk. Weird news. A UFO expert genuinely believes aliens. I'm assuming that's this goofball right here.
There's actually, he's not a goofball, and you didn't read the full headline.
A UFO expert genuinely believes aliens could be scared of Will Smith after watching the Oscars. Yeah, this is a great story, Anthony.
Yeah, so Nick Pope is actually not a typical screwball. He's a scientist, and he worked for the British Ministry of Defense for a couple decades, and
Will Smith could be scaring off alien life if they intercepted our TV broadcasts and mistake Men in Black for reality, an expert has claimed. We just turn a whole nother version of this Will Smith slap into a whole planet hating Chris Rock. This is a horrible story, Anthony. I'm just gonna say it. This is the worst. This guy is a joke. How could you even... I don't even know how this is a news story. How lazy are journalists getting?
I've seen this guy in credible documentaries before. I don't think he's not a kook.
I think that's very kooky what he says. If aliens watch Men in Black, they're scared of Will Smith over the TV broadcast of him smacking Chris Rock.
Yeah, here's the thing. He specifies that depends on if the aliens have a concept of fiction or not.
Oh, God. Let's see. Nick Pope. He's 53 years old. He worked for the British government and probed UFOs for the MOD. That's
Ministry of Defense.
Ministry of Defense. And said it's likely extraterrestrial life is aware of our existence and could even be monitoring us.
Okay, he's far from the only person to have that belief.
He's not the only one. I mean, that's possible, I guess. Maybe, I don't know.
And the fact is, it's it's very possible you and I will die from old age before we know for sure or not.
He said it would be easy for an advanced race to watch our TV, but they may not be aware of what is fiction and what is fake and might think Men in Black and Independence Day are documentaries. That is a good point. I mean,
yeah, it is possible.
But
also,
if they're that advanced, wouldn't they, like, I don't know.
It depends on whether or not they have fiction of their own.
I think it depends if they're able to see what we're sending in the air. If they would even be able to see an actual broadcast for what it is.
Exactly. And bear in mind, there's also video footage out there of real life wars.
Yeah, but what if that just comes, like, what if they do watch something, they do have a version of, like, what viewing television is for us? What if their version of it, they just see binary code that we send? Because that's all it is. That's how TV and radio and everything works. It's all binary.
Yeah, and maybe they're not. And
maybe they don't see what we see. Maybe they don't even have eyeballs.
Remember that guy I was telling you about, Isaac Arthur, the guy?
No.
Okay, well, there's a guy named Isaac Arthur, has a YouTube channel, Science and Futurism with Isaac Arthur. He did a segment where he talked about aliens translating our languages, and he went into the scenario where they had about like 20 years worth of radio signals that was sent out by humans before TV was invented. So there's a good chance they were working off translating our languages just from audio cues only. And he was like, when they finally get our TV signals, one of their experts might be like, interesting. The word duck means both an action and an animal. When I first heard it, I was sure the humans had claws or something for burrowing into the ground, but no, it's a separate life form.
You know, you remind me of the Cable Guy. You remember Jim Carrey played the Cable Guy?
I haven't seen that movie, and
you really need to watch it.
I'd be more offended if I hadn't been called worse.
Here's another story from the mirror.co.uk. Woman gets revenge on her cheating ex, but some say she's gone too far.
Yeah, so, well, it's not even a long story. This woman was relating that her friend was cheated on by her boyfriend, so guess what the friend did in retaliation?
What is that?
Destroyed his birth certificate.
A woman took to TikTok to share a unique method for getting revenge on a cheating ex, but some said she'd gone too far. TikTok user Sheppy, Sky.Shep, said that one of her friends was furious after discovering her partner had been unfaithful, so she went to his house to find some of his most prized possessions. Going through his drawers, she stumbled across the man's birth certificate, and inspiration struck, so she seized the precious document as the Daily Star reports. Then, when the pair were arguing, the woman tore up her boyfriend's birth certificate. What a bitch. Thinking about the time my friend ripped up her boyfriend's birth certificate. Damn, that would have been sweet if there was a video for it.
Yeah.
It's right here. This is her friend's TikTok video about the situation. And here's a commercial for Fiverr.
Which I am available on for voiceover work, by the way.
And there is also Matt Orvek. Look him up on Fiverr. We have a voiceover profile set up for him also.
Crazy.
Oh. Can't play that. Okay, so this is some good old-fashioned clickbait to get a lot of people to view your TikTok. You make up a story. It's surprising. I mean, I need to make ridiculous videos like that for our TikTok so that we could end up with news articles. Who knows if this is even really a thing, because it just says that her friend did that. She could have just made this up and then made this stupid little video.
Yeah, she possibly did, but this is a good chance for a PSA. If you ever get cheated on, that's not a defense for committing a felony.
No, what you do is you just physically assault the person.
That's also a felony.
No, it ain't.
Really?
No. Assault with a deadly weapon would be a felony, but just like a minor assault would be a misdemeanor. As long as you just throw a couple punches, bruise their eye a little bit.
Okay, as soon as we have a staff, we're hiring a lawyer to.
But we're
advise
talking
them.
about like a girl versus man, because the girl caught the boyfriend cheating. Now, if you caught your girlfriend cheating, I would say always leave bruises beneath the knee, so that it's not I don't know. Something makes me feel like that's not as illegal.
Yeah, I knew a guy once that lived in Texas that told me it was Texas state law that if you catch your spouse in the act of cheating on you, you can pick up a gun, kill them both, and walk away as long as you do not do one thing. And guess what that one thing is?
What is that one thing, Anthony?
Reload.
And
I'm like...
Don't forget that, everyone.
And bear in mind, this is alleged to be legal only in Texas anyway.
You sent in a story from the HuffPost.com.
Yeah, so you've
weird news.
You've all heard of the adventures of Florida Man. Well, here's an adventure of Florida's neighbor to the northwest, Alabama Man.
Alabama Man accused of stealing a 70-ton crane. Oh, that's sweet. That's a military crane right there.
It's not owned by the Army anymore.
Okay, this photo was provided by the Clinton County Sheriff's Office in Clanton, Alabama. That was stolen on Monday, March 14th of this year. A man was arrested after calling a towing service asking to have it removed from the woods, authorities said. If it was in the woods, then maybe you should just be allowed to have it. Why
Well,
not?
here's the thing. I reached out to the Chilton County Sheriff's Office.
You reached out to them?
Yes.
Hold on. Let me get the camera on you. Go ahead and tell me all about your conversation with them.
Yeah, so I called dispatch, and they said, okay, we'll have an on-duty deputy call you back. This happened during this shift, so all the deputies are going to know about it. One of their sergeants called me and said, yeah, it happened, and I asked him, so I said, okay, Sergeant, I'm a little bit confused here.
Do you call and, say that you're a journalist?
Technically, I am.
I mean, yeah, but is that what you say to them?
I explained that I'm a radio host and podcast host from Ohio.
Wow, okay. I dig it.
Sorry, I was like, what the fuck? Because you had that kind of tone in your voice, like, you're not doing this, are you?
No, I have a resting bitch face and also resting bitch tone of voice a lot of times. I'm genuinely interested in how your conversation went with this. I wish you would have recorded it.
Well, I tried to, but he hit me but he called me by surprise. I had no idea exactly when he'd call back. Anyway, so the confusing part of this for me was, and all I was able to get out of the sergeant that wasn't already in the story was the crane was originally behind a house.
So it was just sitting there. So the story that you just sent me, the news article, it says that he had stolen it.
Exactly.
But was it receiving stolen property?
No. It was behind a house when the guy stole it. So
so he had somebody tow it from somebody else's property?
No. I'm having a hard time adding up the sequence of events, and the deputy wasn't that helpful. Receiving stolen property would be like if you stole something from somewhere,
and then gave it to you.
Well, no. It would have to be someone would have to buy it from you knowing it was stolen. Okay, it can't be receiving stolen property here because it's just the thief and there's no one else involved.
But he called a towing service to come and get it.
Yeah, exactly. Now, the towing service that he called had towed it for the legitimate owner the previous year.
He fucked up.
Yeah, so the towing service was, of course, suspicious, so guess what he did? He called
he did?
he called the owner and said, hey, I gotta, remember that crane I towed for you last year? Yeah. Well, a guy just called me and said you gave it to him. Is that true? No, I didn't. So the towing service owner called the sheriff's department. And
wow, and this man got busted trying to steal somebody's shit.
Yeah, well,
how did the person that owned it have it? Auction or something?
I don't know. It was it was probably, yeah, the military does auction off or even give away.
Everybody does. The police does that to, like, you could get a drug dealer's vehicle. I've always heard this. Go to a police auction that's in like a very crime-ridden city. Like if you go to a Cleveland police auction, you could get a drug dealer's vehicle for super cheap, or even police vehicles for super cheap. And you might find stuff in these vehicles that they forgot to clean out of it or whatever.
Yeah, well, anyway, I think whoever the legitimate owner of this crane was, I think, was using it for some kind of legal business purpose, because nobody...
Why else would you need a crane?
Yeah, nobody buys something like that.
A 70-ton crane.
Yeah, although they might be confusing that with the crane's lifting capacity, but yeah, nobody buys that just because they want one. It's not like a classic Corvette that somebody would buy to drive around for fun. But yeah. Oh, also the thief was all I was able to get out of him was the thief is 26 years old. He was charged.
It was a young dumbass kid.
Nah, he's old enough that he ain't a kid anymore by any stretch.
That's a kid. When I was 22, I was doing outrageous stuff.
Well, either way, he's a dumbass. No two ways about it. And he was already on probation for something else. Right. I did ask, and the deputy was not able to tell me what that was. But
so watch out in Alabama if you are hoarding big equipment, because your 22-year-old neighbor kid might steal your shit. On NPR.org, rocket launchers were found in a trash can near California school. Holy shit.
Yeah, there's just, it's a little anticlimactic, though. You know why?
Because there's no cartridges?
Well, yeah. They're non-operational, so...
Why not? Hold on, let's see. 2 rocket launchers and a practice grenade were found in a trash can at a residence near a California school earlier this week. On Wednesday, Paris Station deputies responded to the 32200 block of Leon Road, Winchester, regarding a military ordinance found in a trash dumpster. The Riverside County Sheriff's Department told NPR the location was less than a mile from Liberty High School. Inside the dumpster were 2 empty, one-time use disposable AT-4 launcher tubes and 1 insert practice grenade that was cut in half.
Inert. Non-functional. Yeah,
Oh, yeah, my bad. What did I say?
You said insert.
Oh, Although the launcher tubes are illegal to possess, they were not a safety hazard, and there was no threat to the community, the department said. This incident was not an unusual occurrence, as we routinely find and seize inert military ordnance.
Yeah, and I'm wondering... I'm thinking maybe that this call might have come from a neighbor that just disliked the guy.
Maybe.
Because... And now I'm thinking, and here's the thing about that kind of stuff. You can't just buy it at Walmart. So
no, it has to be, I bet it was thrown away by a military base. Somebody got it out of the trash from there, took it home, and then probably died. And then somebody was cleaning out their house, threw it in the trash. Like, why do we need this? And then it got picked out by some kid or something.
Okay, that's a little more likely than the thing I was wondering about, because, like I said, you can't just easily buy this shit, so someone would have had to go to deliberate effort to get it, but then why do all that just to throw it out? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I bet you somebody was cleaning out their, like, you know, somebody dies in a house, people have to go there and clean it out, they just throw shit away, and they're like, what are we going to do with these who knows? I mean, for all we know, it could have been a military guy that was like, I don't need this stuff anymore. Why would I hand this down? And then threw it in the trash, and then somebody got it out the garbage.
Yeah, I can tell you though, most military guys, they're not gonna take that shit home. I mean,
yeah, I mean, why would you really need it? I think that was just some that went through hand to hand,
and it sounds like there's a good chance they probably won't even be able to prove that the homeowner knowingly had possession of it.
And it's also that like California is full of psychos. I mean, who knows?
Yeah, it has the most serial killers. It's been, yeah, that state is like
a shitty place. I used to want a vacation there. I don't think I want to go to California no more.
but California knows how to party.
They do, and it's a bad time when I party too much.
I mean, come on. I'll bet if you a couple days out there, you'd be shining, looking like you robbed Liberace.
Maybe I'd look like an Armenian.
No, okay, you didn't catch the obvious rap reference there. I was literally inserting dialogue lyrics from California Love into the conversation.
Well, I don't know why. I mean, oh, California. Okay, because it was a California story. I get it.
Yeah, but did you hear about the legislation that was pending in California recently?
No.
Yeah, California lawmakers introduced a bill to ban itself after lawmakers looked at it on a map and realized that California resembles a high-capacity magazine.
Oh, my God. All right, so hold on. We got more news stories. This one was submitted by our very own Danielle. Okay, she found some stories. This is on Upworthy.com. A dog owner dresses up as dog's favorite toy, and his reaction was seriously adorable. Now look at this guy dresses up as a rubber ducky because that's what his little dogger likes.
Good doggy.
Look at this dog. This dog has a little rubber ducky stuffed animal that it apparently tore all of the stuffing out of. You can see it's all flat. Let's check out the video. Oh my God. He's like, come on, bro. Oh, the doggers.
Fluff, yeah.
Yeah, that. I guess that was just a video of it really liking its toy and butt rubs. I thought that'd be a video.
Maybe if you scroll down a little bit more.
No.
Wait.
No, you just get pictures.
Okay, well, it's adorable.
Mr. Quackers. That's his favorite toy.
Aw.
All right. Let's go to this news story from Yahoo.com Finance. Okay. Tiny particles of plastic have been detected in the human blood for the very first time. They can't be filtered out. This was...
Maybe we have been using our credit cards too much.
I think it's what we eat, is everything's wrapped in plastic and everything we drink is from a plastic container. This has been a discussion for a long time, and this article came out on March 24th of this year.
Well, as they say in Ebonics, we be fucked.
Moderna announced on Wednesday that the company is ready for the FDA to give emergency authorization for its COVID vaccine to children under the age of 6. Well, let's break this down with our next guest.
Yeah, that's
hold on. This actually might be it.
Nope.
That's
one
definitely
thing
not.
Websites do that piss me off. They have the videos up there that has nothing to do with the article.
Like, dude, I really want to see what's going on with this article. So let's see.
Which might not have a video, and I'm wondering why this is under finance.
What I could do is YouTube it.
Just remember, the YouTube algorithm packs a chainsaw and will skin your ass raw. Just general good YouTube advice at any given time.
So what I'm looking up is tiny particles in plastic in the human blood. Okay.
And this video is only 1:30.
Microplastic pollution has been detected in the human blood for the first time. A study published in the journal Environment International something 80% of the people tested.
We are so fucked.
The discovery shows the particles could travel around the body and may get lodged in organs. Half the plastics contain PET chemicals. Polystyrene was used for packaging food and other products.
We are so fucked.
Yeah, we're screwed, and that's why there is so much cancer these days. I have been starting to think that cancer has not been around before 200 years ago, when everything started getting processed and packaged in plastic. The birth of plastic has been such a downfall for the human.
Are you sure plastic is 200 years old? I think it's like maybe...
It's probably younger, way younger, but I'm
maybe
talking about
70.
We started packaging everything in glass. That was like the first thing that was invented, and that is known to be like fairly clean, but who knows? Because you need, I think they use like oil and stuff to make glass.
Wow, gives new meaning to that song. You ever heard that old song from the 80s, Walking on Broken Glass?
No, I don't.
It's by Annie Lennox. I recommend listening to it. It has an upbeat tone despite the unpleasant subject matter, but one of the lyrics is, "It feels just like I'm walking on broken glass," which we can't play any of here because of, copyright and shit, but yeah. Listen to it sometime. It's a good one.
I submitted my own news story. All right. So this is a follow-up to remember when I had the OnlyFans story of the fake girl? This is not a follow-up of her. This is a new OnlyFans story.
This is a story that I hope to God is made the fuck up, but I'm pretty sure isn't.
It's not. OnlyFans star discovers her hottest daddy subscriber is her own dad. The OnlyFans star named London was recently left with mixed feelings after realizing her father...
Oh, my bad. This is not the one I thought we were going to talk about. Thank God.
This is from naynews24.info, okay? But I found this, I think, on TikTok or something. The OnlyFans star London was recently left with mixed feelings. Her father subscribed to her channel and faithfully watched her saucy content every month. She couldn't keep the discovery to herself as she decided to share it with her TikTok audience, possibly for the opinion on the subject matter. This is London right here.
Pretty looking lady.
Pretty looking lady, okay. Me realizing the hottest daddy user was my dad getting all my content on OnlyFans, reads the text on the California-based clip.
Oh my!
This is the clip where she posted that on her TikTok. London, whose bio identifies her as a transgender, captioned the most, which means you just said that's a pretty looking transgender girl.
I gotta hand it to her. I couldn't tell that she was.
Yeah,
so.
This is like Maury, right? I'd have to admit it. You meet this person on the street, she's hanging out with like some friends at the bar. You'd be like, that's a girl. No, that was a man. Caption, the post clarified in the caption of the video that the story was real, and in the comment appeared to imply that she and her father still live under the same roof. However, while some commenters were skeptical of her story's authenticity, a few were very concerned about the situation.
I agree with both sides.
Look, me realizing the hottest daddy user was my dad getting all my content on OnlyFans every month. Dead. She said I'm dead, which means she's laughing. She thinks it's funny. Here goes to YouTube. That's horrible.
You do realize that if my jaw drops.
Now that
like
looks
this.
bad. Look at the Mondo brow.
Wait, the Mondo gal?
The Mondo brow. Look at the eyebrows almost connect.
A minor thing, and it's actually the least disturbing thing in this story.
What is the most disturbing?
You've already forgotten the part about her biggest subscriber being her father.
A fraction of her less judgmental followers applauded the dad for supporting his daughter's online business. One defender said, "Does that mean he's a good or bad dad?" Sounds supportive to me.
Actually,
Another
yeah, that
chimed
person
in.
has a point.
We love a supportive father using hand clap emojis to stress their excitement. This is a boy girl baddie. The shirt says baddie on Instagram. Who is this?
We're still talking
it's
about
London VLL from Los Angeles, California.
Okay, so we're still talking about the same woman.
Yes, that is the same person. Now here goes. However, one famous story similar to London is that of Carla Ramirez, a TikToker and an OnlyFans creator. She said after years of interacting with her inappropriately on different social media platforms, her father had subscribed to her OnlyFans content under multiple usernames. Here goes a picture of this. Carla Ramirez. She's on OnlyFans. When my dad, yes, my dad has been buying my OnlyFans content through not one, but 2 accounts, and was a personal client of mine on both of the accounts over a year. And the only way I found out is because he called me to play with myself for $150, and I could hear my mom in the background talking on the phone.
Oh my god,
bad.
Wow, just when I thought they couldn't add another layer of disturbing,
Here goes her YouTube of this.
No.
Hold on. This is a YouTube clip that she made of this incestual internet stuff.
Recorded that shit? I didn't know. You didn't know that you were recording?
Oh man. Yeah, so she found out her dad was trying to give her $150 to play with herself on camera for him.
With her mother in the same room.
In the same room.
I'm sorry, if Special Victims Unit has like its own SWAT team, it should for sick bastards like this one.
Yeah, I mean that is terrible. Oh my god, that's really gross. That dude wanted to fuck his daughter so bad.
Attention, anyone in this man's life who has ever wanted to kill or assault him for any reason. There is now a very good one out there that you can use in your own defense.
Now, when it comes to this, I also remember being a young adult, a teenager in my early 20s, and knowing the girls. I've met a lot of females. A lot of them are very vindictive and do weird shit for no reason. Who knows how much validity is in this? There was no proof in neither of them stories.
I know, which is why I can hold out some hope that this is completely made up.
Yeah, we can only hope. But that does go on in the world. I mean, you open Pornhub right now, you're going to see all kinds of stepmom, stepsister stuff.
You know, it's funny. You ever heard of that I saw this one video by a guy you ever heard of the MGTOW movement?
MGTOW?
MGTOW. It stands for men going their own way.
Oh, I thought you were saying like an Irish guy, like, it is,
yeah, so.
MGTOW.
So this dude, most of the guys in MGTOW are divorced, and they like basically swear off women for the rest of their lives. And
they're incels.
No. These are guys that have been married and have had long-term relationships that are just so fed up with women they decide.
Aren't we all?
Anyway, so this guy was divorced with 2 teenage daughters, and he was going on to say, oh yeah, I am never dating it, especially not someone with teenage sons, because I have teenage daughters, and
Oh
just
yeah, and they don't want the step incest going on.
and just go on Pornhub, and I'm like, okay, okay, time out, Mr. Migto, I forget your name. If you're using Pornhub as evidence to explain your reasoning behind a major life decision, you need to reevaluate your life.
Well, hold on. Let me ask you this. This is the real question here. Is it wrong if your stepsister is your stepsister through marriage? There's not actually no blood there. Your father marries your stepmother, and she has a daughter from a previous marriage.
Okay,
which means there's no blood involved.
Okay, in which case I can put it like right on the line where I can't say
It's like taboo, but is it actually wrong?
How about we can settle for calling it questionable?
Like stepmom porn, I get, because that's that's not your mom. Your dad hooked up with some chick, or these days your mom hooked up with some chick, because you know how the world is crazy these days. All these people doing weird stuff. So say you have two moms, and you were adopted. Is it weird? Or let's say you're adopted and you're attracted to your adoptive mom. Is that wrong?
I'd have you examined for head injuries, but it's pointless.
Let's say she's really hot, fat booty, nice little caboose on her.
Okay.
She's like taking out the trash, like getting the trash ready to come out of the can, and she bends over and you're like, ooh, like you're getting the trash out that
Jeremy,
can.
you're either
but I want to put some trash in your can.
You're either watching way too much porn or not enough. I don't know which.
It might be that might be a little bit of both. I don't know.
Yeah, so
how much porn is too much porn?
I don't know. There hasn't exactly been a long, hard study conducted to figure it out.
Because there's porn on my phone right now playing.
I'm sure there is.
Yeah, that's just something I've always debated. Like, you know, I don't think I've really had that. I don't have like a family that isn't family.
Okay, you know, this brings to mind another song I want to recommend for our viewers. It's called "The Internet is for Porn." It's from a musical called Avenue Q, which is basically think Sesame Street, but for adults.
Have you ever nerded out and watched like I don't know, do you have anything that you're very interested in that you would consider like, oh man, I'm like a super dork because I'm really into this?
Well, I was with Battlestar Galactica, the reimagined, the reboot from 2003, not the original from the 70s.
Battlestar Galactica. You brought that up before.
Yeah, I brought it up in this very episode in your robot story. It was a...
Oh, right.
Yeah, humanity was reduced to like near extinction in a cyborg revolt. They made these robots called Cylons to do menial shit, but then the Cylons rebelled. There was a war. The Cylons went away for about 50 years. Then they came back and nuked humanity, reducing its population from like 13 billion to 50,000 overnight.
Wow, that's deep.
And that's why I saw that story with the robot unboxing you submitted, and I was like, did we learn nothing from Battlestar Galactica?
Well, I've been a little bit of a nerd in my life over Star Wars. I love Star Wars.
I know the name of the Luxor droids, Stormtrooper.
And I also have been nerding out lately of terrariums and ant farms. I am so into this stuff.
I've never heard of those sci-fi franchises.
No.
Oh,
This is
you're
real life.
Referring to okay,
real life terrariums and ant farms.
Oh, gardening. That explains my confusion. Go on.
It's not exactly gardening. A terrarium is you build an ecosystem in like a fish tank that completely seals, and it sustains itself.
And you rule over it like a tyrannical Old Testament god.
Pretty much is what it is. And last night, I watched like a 45-minute video of somebody that built a 600-gallon terrarium, and it was 6 months. He was like, this is my 6 months. This is what has changed since I built my terrarium. And it was a full world in just this 600-gallon fish tank.
Did the fish achieve intelligence and build a statue
There was no
of him?
fish.
Oh.
There was no fish. It was plant life and bugs.
Okay. So nothing along the lines of what
And
I was
I'm
thinking.
a bugophobic. I hate bugs. Can't stand them. Any of them.
You do know we need them, the whole ecosystem thing.
Now, there's only a couple that I don't mind. I don't mind spiders. I don't mind honeybees. But
we need them.
Yeah, and I want an ant farm one day.
An alien ant farm?
Annie, are you okay? You okay? Tell us that you're okay, Annie.
I heard their version of Smooth Criminal before I heard Michael Jackson's.
Oh my God! Hold, whoa! You heard Smooth Criminal from Alien Ant Farm before Michael Jackson?
Yes.
And you were born in 88?
85.
Oh my God, that's even worse. You were born in 85 when Michael Jackson was still like top charts. So by the time you were 5 years old, it was 1990, and he was still like had the #1 music video ever.
Yeah, now, once I eventually saw it, though, I'm in the minority on Michael Jackson because I like Smooth Criminal more than Thriller.
I'm fairly a mega fan of Michael Jackson. No matter what the allegations or what is proved and what's not proved about him being a molester or whatnot, I am a huge fan of this dude's music accolades.
And the white suit and the anti-gravity lean are what made that video.
Hold on, let me... I want to look up real quick one of these ant farms. I forgot what it was called. There was this one channel on YouTube that I watched all the time. Ants Canada. Okay. Hold on. So this dude goes super hard with his ant farms. He has several.
Sounds like an unhealthy sexual fetish.
He gets paid off of having all of these ant farms, and he films them. So right now I'm going to show you a little bit of Ants Canada. Shout out to you, my dude. This is crazy. I mean, it's really wild how in-depth this dude gets with it, and I nerd out. And sometimes I will watch this stuff for hours.
Oh my God. Look at this! I have a very serious problem. A problem that all ant keepers of this species inevitably go through. Now, these tropical fire ants can be an ant keeper's dream or can be an ant keeper's nightmare. Look at all these ants. It's incredible. They have completely filled up all living spaces that I've provided for them. And they're constantly requiring more space, more...
It's crazy. I've learned stuff about ants on this channel that I didn't know. They are very much like people, and when you build these giant farms like this guy has, you get to see how their world is built because they build it. They start right away. Once you drop the queen in with some workers, they just get right to it, and they build graveyards. They have trash dumps. They have a place for waste, like plumbing almost. They build places like for babies, like a incubation nurseries. They do everything that people do. They have workers. They have people that are like they have ants rather that are like royalty. They have super strong ones that do the light work. Ants are the craziest thing. I swear, if you watch this dude's channel, you get to see how he has like different breeds of ants too. So sometimes they will get out of their living space that he builds, and they'll get into a different one and start a war. I mean, it gets wild watching this stuff.
More food, and also a lot more maintenance. Remember my ant routine video showing the maintenance required for this ant colony? Well, in just a few months, maintenance has tripled. The growth rate of Solenopsis geminata is truly unprecedented. Before, I used to be able to spot clean this outworld. But now, I just gotta put on some gloves, cover it with baby powder, and grab at their garbage. There's no other way. I also inevitably do end up scooping some workers. I try to save as many as I can, but when you're dealing with this many ants, it's practically impossible without unintentionally scooping up some workers. By the way guys, if you're new to ant keeping, or if you're looking to get into ant keeping, please don't let this video scare you, because this species is a very difficult species to house. I've been keeping ants for many years, and I'm comfortable working around them. Most commonly kept ants...
This dude ain't bullshitting. He's been doing this for a while. He has a room. The one episode I was watching, he has a room with like 3 different colonies of ants. They have like a whole world to themselves. He builds them up, and then he lets them flourish, and he gives them what they need to sustain themselves and live within the ecosystem he builds them. There was ants from outside of his house that knew that there was this specific type of food in one of the colonies, so they made a trail from downstairs through like one door. They made a trail to get all the way upstairs to the second floor into one specific colony, and they started a war with them from outside ants.
So the ants didn't bother developing a border patrol like we do.
No, they couldn't even defend themselves from the outside ants. So he had to figure out how to reroute them ants and get them out of it, but the war had already started inside of the ecosystem.
And then in the ants' holy scripture, that event was recorded as something like their equivalent of the parting of the Red Sea.
Exactly. It was like...
And then the great hand came forth and built the great barrier that protects us to this day.
Right.
Praise be the hand.
That is what happens. And he names them all. He names them and films each colony as their life goes on.
Species are not this extreme, but I love the challenge. And I know a lot of you ant keepers out there are also up for the challenge of keeping these girls. In fact, these are so hard to keep that I make sure to test all of our Ants Canada products on them to ensure quality and effectiveness. But if you saw the title of this video,
this dude blew up so much that he has Ants Canada products. This dude has like stuff for ant keeping, t-shirts, merch, all kinds of stuff. This dude's making a full-on living off of breeding ant colonies.
Then you already know what's up next. These ants have a big plan in mind. They are planning an escape. In this video, I'm gonna show you how I could tell that these ants were planning a big breakout and what I did to circumvent their plans, and also actually change their minds. So be sure to keep watching until the end.
So we're not going to watch that to the end, but that is one of the things I am a super nerd about. I love this. One day, I want to build a terrarium with an ant colony inside of it. I want like the worms. I want roly-polies.
Okay, just know that if they build a statue of you, I'm nuking
That is my
it.
plan. I want to be a god
in
to
which
another
case,
species.
I will nuke it, and I'm okay with being the equivalent of Satan in their holy book. I don't mind.
I am down to film that. We might have like a No Outlet Live ant world, and me and you will play God and Satan.
You think of that South Park where they had the sea society in the fish tank, and there was like one faction that worshiped Cartman and another that worshiped
Yeah,
Tweak.
the seamen.
Oh my God! The sea people from Cartman's side are suicide bombing the ones on Tweak's side, and then they launched
sea people.
and then they launched these like nukes and just blew up the whole tank.
One day, we're gonna actually be able to use this on real living creatures.
We will now read from the first chapter of the book of the Holy Prophet J. Remy. Wow, you really do record everything, don't you?
That one I like. We might put that into the intro.
Yeah, or there was a Twilight Zone where a couple of astronauts stopped on an asteroid to repair their ship. One of them found this miniature civilization of people, and he ruled over them like a god, and they ended up building a life-sized statue of him. And I mean like a statue as big as he was. Anyway, he ends up getting killed by proportionally much bigger aliens that just step on him by accident. But
that's how it goes. There's always
there's
always something bigger out there.
Always a bigger fish. You're referencing Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace on that one, aren't you?
Damn, you might be more of a nerd about Star Wars than me.
Like I said,
I was quoting something. I just didn't know what it was, and you hit the nail on the head.
I've competed in Star Wars trivia contests.
Oh, man.
Guess what name my partner and I picked?
Boba Fett.
No.
And the Jabberwocky.
No. The Galactic Trade Federation Order, or GTFO.
Oh, GTFO. GTFOH.
Okay, what would the H be for in this case? Hoth?
Get the fuck out of here.
Well,
Get the fuck out of here.
What, are you mocking us Italians? Shut up, papa da boopy. Shut up in your mouth.
You're an Italian.
Yes, hence...
Are you full-blooded Italian?
No, but I'm close enough that I am allowed to make ethnic slurs against Italians.
Yeah, like what slurs?
Dago. Wop.
Oh, yeah, I love Dago.
One time I tried...
You know where I go?
Where?
I go where they go.
Yeah, one time I went to trivia night at this place in Fairlawn where I competed as a one-man team. I tried to use the name, what noise do helicopters make? Dago wop, 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 wop. And the host refused to use it, so I was like, yeah, I'm not coming back here for trivia night ever again.
So, have you watched all of... I believe we may have talked about this before. Did you watch all of The Godfathers?
No, I watched the first...
Come on, that's your heritage. That's based on your people.
I watched the first one, and I was like...
The first one's great. That's the best one.
Why is this considered one of the greatest things ever? I just don't get it.
Oh, it's so good because they brought Italy to America. They literally brought the inner workings of Italy to America back in the early 1900s.
I mean, I will say, though, that if I'm in a position to threaten somebody in the future and get away with it, a severed horse's head is definitely a good way to go.
You got to see part 3. I think after this show, I think I'm going to throw on part 3
I've
you.
heard the reviews, and not just no, but fuck no. It's
although maybe... Hold on, the review might have came from here, because I think I remember talking about it on this show.
No, it wasn't from you.
All right.
Yeah, although it is considered the worst of the 3, so maybe I might like it more than I did the first.
It's really good, and it's more like it's more modern, but it's got there's an incest thing that goes on in that also, which really fits.
Well, no wonder you like it. although if it wasn't for The Godfather Part 2, we might not have gotten Heat.
What do you mean?
Okay, so the thing with Heat was Al Pacino and Robert De Niro in a movie together, but they're actually on screen together. They were both in Godfather Part 2, but of course they couldn't interact because Robert De Niro played the younger version of Al Pacino's father.
Yeah, that plays when Al Pacino's father,
Vito Corleone.
Vito, it shows him showing up to America when he was a child, and he had run from the mafia of Italy and then created his own mafia here in the States. And that's based on true story, because that's what happened was that people that were dealing with stuff in Italy with the mafia there, they moved here and they were like, that's how you get power. That's how you end up being able to feed yourself, because that's all they know. That's the age-old story of the ghetto of America. You see the dude when you're living in the ghetto. You see the dude that's living and thriving in the ghetto and you try to replicate him, and you end up becoming this big success, but it comes with a whole lot of baggage.
Yeah, mainly people trying to kill or incarcerate you every day for the rest of your life.
Yeah, it's
Other than
crime.
that-
It's a criminal. It's the beginning of corporate America is really what it is. I mean, the story of The Godfather is about corporate America today, because wait till you watch this third one. It shows you how the mafia became corporate and stopped working under criminal circumstances and where they're at today.
It's funny because part of my solution for the corporate America problem involves doing things that are normally only done by the mafia.
Assassinations.
I won't go into detail because I don't want it used against me if someone else plays a
I think we assassinate corporate America. I said it. You heard it here first on No Outlet Live.
Peace out, A-Town.
Hey, this has been No Outlet Live, brought to you by Guardian Roadside Solutions at 440-833-6000. Call them if you're stuck on the side of the road, you need to get back on to where you're going. They could also tow you to your to the destination of your choosing, and they do vehicle detailing. Go to flathousepress.com, check out their merch, their clothing, accessories, party toys, everything. And don't forget to check out the live show. You can see the video podcasts on YouTube, Twitch, and Spotify. Other than that, you could listen to the show audio if you're at work and you can't actually watch us, but you're willing to listen. Go to also Spotify, Amazon Music, Audible, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Anchor FM, the iHeartRadio app, and CastBox. And there's plenty of more places. Just Google No Outlet Live in one word, and then we will see you next week. Peace. Uh-oh.
We'll see you next time. This has been No Outlet Live.